The biggest piece of weight loss advice I could give, and this is mentally, because the mental game of losing weight is probably the biggest. Honestly, I will say. Anyone can fight me on that, and I will die on this hill. It's the mental game. So one of the biggest thing that helped me when losing 110 pounds was I stopped thinking about the 110 pounds as a whole. Think of it in chunks. Every 5 to 10 pounds, I'd be like, if I just get under 170, or if I just get under 200 when I was over 200, if I just get to this, and then reward yourself with things. Don't reward yourself with food. Maybe reward yourself with, like, I don't know, I like makeup, so like a makeup palette. Or like, if you like shoes, get yourself a new pair of shoes. Reward yourself, but take it in increments. Stop thinking about the whole chunk. When you think about the whole chunk, you're going to get overwhelmed and you're not going to like it. All right. So, and then you're going to give up and fail, and then you're going to be sad. So stop thinking about the whole chunk. Think about it in little pieces. Goodbye.
If you actually want to lose weight, like actually lose weight, have some Ozempic allegations, this is the mindset that you need to have. So I'm reading the book Atomic Habits right now. It's a great book. Definitely read it. It's basically about just like all the little things you do every day, how it can drastically change your life. I know it sounds stupid and cliche, but it's a really good book. So basically, if you want to change in any way, if you want to be a better person, if you want to be nicer, if you want to whatever, physically change, simply behave as that person would. So I'm trying to lose weight right now, so I'm thinking, what would my skinny self do? How would I behave? How would I talk to people? How would I eat? How would I move my body? Don't think of it as I'm trying to lose weight, because it's going to get you nowhere. Just behave as you would skinny. It might sound dumb and cliche, but if you think about it, like on an everyday basis, I genuinely have changed so many habits so quickly just by this mindset. I'm trying to lose like 15 pounds. It's not a lot at all. Like, I'm already skinny, but I'm thinking like, what would I be doing if I was already 15 pounds less? And I'm doing those things. In the book, he talks about how his friend had this mindset and literally asked herself every day, what would a skinny person do? And she did that and lost 100 pounds. It's crazy. It is honestly life-changing, and you gotta try it. You're welcome.
I brainwashed myself into losing the most weight I have ever lost in my life without dieting, without tracking, without any crazy diet. I used very simple brain science to do it, and I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it. I've shared this before, but it's very much worth repeating. Your brain is exceptionally powerful, and it can change at any time. You can quite literally convince yourself of anything, and you do it all the time without even knowing. Right at this very moment, without you even realizing it, you are creating your own reality all up here. So I started thinking to myself, what if I just pretended to be the person that I want to be before I'm actually that person? And I thought about and I studied people who I would like to be like. What did they do? How did they act? How did they think? People that just took a couple bites of food and moved on, or like were so busy chatting that they barely focused on their food. I never understood them, but I always wanted to be them. I was like, what would it be like to just not think about food and just like hang out and enjoy the time with your friends and not be consumed with what was in front of your plate? So much so that you may not have even eat a fraction of it, and then you forget and you box it up and bring the leftovers home. Or people that just wouldn't settle for eating anything. They were like, yeah, I'd really like rather have this. I'm gonna wait till I have it, even if I'm a little hungry right now. I'm not in scarcity. There's no deprivation here. I was so jealous of those people, so I decided I'm gonna start acting like that and pretend I am that person. So either out loud when I was by myself, or in my brain, I would just tell myself, I'm just not a person who's worried about food. I'm just not worried about my next meal. I could take it or leave it. Desserts come in, yeah, they're okay, but I'm pretty picky. I only like very specific dessert. Or yeah, I don't eat that much. I don't eat to that excess because I don't like feeling like that. I don't like feeling overly I'm a leftovers girl. I just always have leftovers. I'm kind of picky. I don't just eat anything that's given to me. I'd rather have the things that I like to have. I'm a girl who just like forgets about eating, like forgets to eat. And I know that sounds insane because that was never me. Ever, 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 ever. But I kept repeating that and I kept brainwashing myself and saying that to myself. And my actions slowly started matching up with what was going on in here. And I was shocked. And I am not perfect by any means, but I am definitely noticed that I have to put way less thought into this. And now I've just become the person that I wanted to be. And people do it all the time. They convince themselves of all kinds of things. I used to hate doing the dishes. I hated the dishes. If you knew me, I was a big no dishes girl. I would let them pile up in the sink. I would beg my husband if he could do the dishes. I couldn't even touch them. Was disgusted. I decided I am going to convince myself that I love the dishes. And I did. And when I tell you, love doing the dishes now. The dishes are always done. Give it a try. Your brain is super powerful.
The moment you make this mental switch is the moment you're actually going to start losing weight and start hitting your fitness goals. Realizing that no momentary pleasure is worth sacrificing your long-term goals. You need to want your dream body so badly and keep it at the forefront of your mind so that when you're offered fast food, you can say, do I want fast food or do I want my dream body? and you choose your dream body. And once you start thinking like this, it becomes so freaking easy. So easy.
Let's get your fat fucking ass in shape, okay? The reason you keep failing your weight loss journeys isn't because of your workouts or your diets, it's because of your mindset. You are stuck in the same cycle, leading you to sabotage yourself before you even start to see real results on your weight loss journey. Fix your mindset and weight loss becomes effortless. Allow me to help you stop thinking like a fat ass. Step number 1, rewire your entire fucking relationship with food. Most people eat to cope, not to nourish. If you are somebody who eats because they are sad, bored, or stressed, you have wired your brain to see food as instant relief instead of fuel. Fix that shit. Next time you feel the urge to snack, ask yourself, am I actually hungry, or am I just being a bitch and want to avoid discomfort? If it's the latter, sit with the feeling for a little bit, for a couple of hours maybe, and break the cycle. You will be okay. You have a very, very fucking long way to go before you starve of hunger. Step number 2, kill the all or nothing mentality. Say it with me. Perfectionism is self-sabotage in disguise. One bad meal won't fuck up your progress. Quitting or falling off the wagon because of that one meal is what will fuck up your progress. People binge because they fuck up, eat one bad meal, and emotionally tie every fiber of their fucking being to that one bad meal and decide that the entire day is at a loss because of it. That's so fucking self-sabotaging. Just get back on track, you'll be okay. Step number fucking 3, stop identifying as the struggling person or the victim mentality. Your brain reinforces whatever fucking story you decide to tell yourself. If you're reminding yourself on a daily basis that you constantly fail at shit, or that you have a slow metabolism, you're programming yourself to stay fucking stuck. Rewire your entire fucking self-image. Act like somebody who succeeds, speak like somebody who succeeds, think like somebody who succeeds. Success follows identity. Step number 4, learn to sit with discomfort instead of running from it. Are you hungry? Are you craving? Do you feel fatigued? That is your fucking brain resisting change, because all you've shown it throughout your entire fat fucking life is instant gratification. A couple of hours with no food will not lead to your immediate death, I fucking promise. Your brain wants instant gratification, but the future you needs to learn how to handle and how to endure discomfort. Practice delaying gratification. It is the one skill that separates successful people from failures in every area of life. And last but not least, detaching yourself from external validations. Why? Your results are the only fucking proof that matters. Stop looking for an applause just because you started. Stop expecting people to notice every little fucking change about you. Results take time, and nobody will give a fuck until you are absolutely undeniable. If you need constant validation in order to stay consistent in any area of life, you are setting yourself up for fucking failure the minute that people stop clapping for you. Learn to show up even when nobody is fucking watching. Fix your mindset and weight loss becomes effortless. Keep making excuses and you will stay fat forever. The choice is yours.
Fat loss is not really physical, it is mental, and that is why most people never finish. If fat loss was just food and workouts, everyone would be lean. You already know what to eat, you already know what works, you already know how to move. The problem is fat loss is more mental than it actually is physical. It requires you to think, to react, to respond like a completely different person than you have been in the past. The hardest part isn't eating protein, getting your steps, making sure you're getting enough sleep. It's not quitting when results are slow, not self-sabotaging when things start working, not using food to regulate your emotions anymore, not negotiating with yourself every single night, not burning the whole thing down because it feels really uncomfortable. It's not the physical part that's hard, it's the mental rewiring, becoming a whole new person to lose the fat to begin with. Your brain will fight you the moment it stops recognizing who you are. So when you feel resistance and you feel bored and you feel annoyed, when you have that urge to start over, that's the mental part doing what it does when an identity is changing. You don't lose fat by doing all these new things. You lose fat by becoming somebody that doesn't need to fight herself. And until the mental part changes, the body will always pull you back. So if it feels harder in your head than it does in your body, that means you're actually doing the work this time. Stay in it because it's totally worth it. And soon enough, this will be your new autopilot.
Skinny talk are strict, but always right on time. You're not a dog. You don't need a treat. what you eat in private will be shown in public. Why is eating the most important part of your day? Do you deserve a cheat day when you've been cheating your whole life? I'm not going to sugarcoat it because you'll probably eat that too. If you can't control what you put in your mouth, what can you control? They're already talking behind your back. Why make it bigger? I hope what you ate today is worth being fat all summer. Honestly, the tough love is keeping me on the straight and narrow. What have you seen on Skinny Talk that has kept you together?
You've just got to want it a little bit more. The strongest body that you can have rather than the extra episode of Netflix. You've got to want the healthiest version of you rather than the cheeseburger. You've got to want and crave the successful business rather than the extra hour of sleep that you're going to get. But you've just got to want it a little bit more. You've not got to go 10 times more than the other one. You've just got to want it 1% more, to the point that you can have good discipline and learn how to say, no, I'm doing this because this is me. It may not be what I want to do. It may not be what I feel like doing, but I know I need to do this. I know I should be doing this, so I'm going to do it. It's choosing what you want later and what you're striving towards rather than what you want right now. That is true discipline. You've got this.
You either want it or you don't. I dropped 10 kilos in 5 weeks. At the time, I had someone really close to me in my life literally dragging me down, telling me like I was never going to achieve my goals, like I could never compete in bodybuilding. But if you want it bad enough, you can do it. If you have enough love for the game, you can do it. All you have to do is rewire your brain to have enough love for the game, and then anything, literally anything is possible. If you wake up every single day and decide you want this, or whatever this ideology you have, more than comfort, you will grow unprecedented amounts. The hardest thing to do in life is just start. Once you start, everything is easy.
Body positive really sabotaged me for the longest time, and now hear me out and I might ruffle some feathers, but when I started seeing content on tough love and really being disciplined on TikTok, it really changed my perspective, because I used to be that type of person. I used to have a lot of discipline. I used to have a lot of tough love because I loved myself to have tough love, if that makes sense. My definition of body positive is someone who loves the way they look, they feel great, they're mentally and physically happy. For me, I was not mentally or physically happy. I really was not happy, but I was using body positive as oh, I should love myself. It doesn't matter how I look, but clearly it mattered to me how I look. I went on a girls trip in May in 2024, and this really pushed me to the edge because tell me why. I did not care about my outfits. I wore a jacket on a lot of the solo photos that I took. Just look back at that trip and I was wow, it just made me realize I hated every single photo I was in, which is not normal. So a year later, I really worked on myself, and this girls trip, I love the way I look, I love the way I feel, and mentally I'm just a happier version of myself. And I also had a health scare, so really that also put into perspective what a blessing it is to be able to move your body. And there's been a situation also where I was injured so badly that I couldn't move and I couldn't walk, and that it just brought me back to all right, I just want to be the strongest, the fittest version of myself. I owe it to myself because I only have one life. I don't know, maybe I'm just being super dramatic, but basically what I'm trying to say is that mentality shift really has helped me, and now the challenge is going to be keeping off that weight, keeping off that body fat, and for winter arc, my goal is to put on strength and muscle and just continue what I'm doing. Will I be macro counting for the rest of my life? I hope not, but that's one of the things I'm just gonna have to continuously learning. This is a journey, I'm in my 30s, it's gonna be different than when I tried doing it in my 20s. So if you're in your fitness journey, whether it be you're starting over, you're at the end of it, just keep going, have that discipline and have that tough love. This is your reminder. If you don't feel like working out, that is too bad. If you don't feel like cooking, that is too bad. If you don't, I don't care. It doesn't matter. Your excuses, it doesn't matter, because when you feel the best and you look your best, it's just gonna be so worth it.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but sis, no one's gonna do the work for you. We're all busy. Not having time is not an excuse. You literally have to decide what's important to you, what goals you're trying to reach, what sacrifices are gonna have to be made in order to get there, and then daily commitments for yourself to show the fuck up. Look, sometimes you just gotta have some tough love, and this is me, your fit bestie, giving you that tough love, sis, because I know that you can do it. I've helped nurses who are night shift workers see amazing results. I've helped full-time students see results. I've helped busy moms see results. I've helped women in the military also see results. And all of these women are extremely busy. So if they can find a way with their busy schedule to make it work, why can't you?
I saw somebody on here say this, but if you lack self-discipline, you do not take yourself seriously. And that is the truth. Like, if tomorrow you tell yourself you're going to wake up early, work out, eat healthy, and you just don't do it, you do not take yourself seriously. You don't take your words seriously. You don't take your goals seriously. And I think that sometimes it's so easy for us to overlook this because it's like, who are we answering to, right? Like, we made that promise to ourselves and then we don't show up for ourselves, right? But imagine if you made plans with a friend tomorrow. You were going to meet and you were going to hang out, you're going to go on a walk, whatever it was, and your friend just didn't show up. They didn't tell you why, they just didn't show up. You would not want to be friends with that type of person because their actions showed that they don't take you seriously. They don't take your friendship seriously. They don't take your plan seriously. They don't take your words seriously when you make plans. You wouldn't want to be around that type of person, right? We do that to ourselves all the time. Every time that you say you're going to do something and you don't show up, you are essentially telling yourself that you do not take your own self, your own word, your own goals seriously. And I feel like once I finally realized that, it clicked and I was like, okay, even if I don't want to do this, I told myself I was going to, so I have to show up, because if I don't take myself seriously, how is anybody else going to take me seriously?
These mindset shifts made my weight loss journey so much easier. How hungry you feel does not equal the amount of food you need. Just because you feel really hungry, it doesn't mean you need a big meal. Your hunger is a signal and a normal one. It's not an emergency, so just respond calmly and eat a normal meal. You don't need to feel full, you need to feel fueled. What I mean by this is when you eat your meal, fullness should not be the goal. Nourishment is. Just like with your car's gas tank, you're not going to keep filling it up until it overflows. You're just going to give it what it needs. Cravings are not commands, they're cues. So if you get a sugar craving, this could mean that your body is tired, dehydrated, or stressed. It doesn't mean that your body needs a donut. Lastly, if you tend to eat based on emotions, we want to separate that. So you don't eat to feel better, you eat to feel nourished. Food is not therapy, so we want to separate that emotional need from our physical hunger. If you're looking to feel better, try going for a walk or getting a hug or getting some sunlight.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but the way I see it is you've got two choices: the pain of discipline or the pain of disappointment. And the sad reality is that most of you will choose the pain of disappointment. Why? Because as humans, we are conditioned, hardwired to return to the familiar of our comfort zones, regardless of how uncomfortable that may feel. Babe, I challenge you to change that narrative, to take your power back, to choose yourself and choose the pain of discipline, because I guarantee you will not regret it.